Win as one. EA Sports FIFA 21 sponsors Saturday Social.
Right, let's move on now to what's trending. We all know the rules by now. The guests will get 1 minute to debate 5 of the biggest trends from Twitter this week. Trend number 1 is all about VAR. Some extremely controversial calls last weekend yet again. Here's James Milner taking to Twitter to say, it's clear and obvious we need a serious discussion about VAR. Sure, I'm not alone in feeling like they're falling out of love with the game in its current state. That got 87,000 likes, and he wasn't alone. Jack Grealish, not for the first time this season, taking to Twitter as well. As for VAR, I've shared my views before, and it's now just getting borderline embarrassing with some of these decisions ruining the game. That got 93,000 likes. So the question I want answered, is football less enjoyable with VAR? 60 seconds on the clock. Billy, I'm coming to you first.
Yeah, I think it is less enjoyable, and I think VAR has to be taken out of the game. And the reason for that is because even VAR gets it wrong. I think that you look at certain decisions and you think, actually, they should have brought that back for VAR, and they didn't, and they've chosen to go with that, and that shouldn't have been the right decision. So for me personally, VAR is destroying the game. You speak to the players, they want it out. You speak to the fans, the majority of them want it out. I've got a compromise. I feel like if the powers that be want VAR to be in the game, I would say, what about introducing the managers can call one play back for VAR in the game each. So you choose your moment, you call it back. Once you've done your VAR moment, that is it. You can't use it anymore. And then it's down to the luck, you know. Sometimes it goes for you, sometimes it doesn't. But I think for me, VAR at the moment is definitely spoiling the game.
A little bit like American football. I actually really like that suggestion. I think it's a very, very interesting one. Let's move on then to trend number 2. This one is about Charlton fans who gave their side some absolute pelters upon their return to the stadiums. They all lost 1-0 against MK Dons. Some fans left early, and here's Darren on Twitter saying, large up Charlton fans waited 8 months to get back in the stadium to watch their team. They booed them off. Sensational. With 17,000 likes on that one. And the question I want answered, is it acceptable to leave a football ground early, having not seen live football in so long? Chunkz, I'm coming to you on this one. If you had a ticket this weekend, would you leave early if Arsenal were getting hammered?
I'll be honest with you, bro. If we're getting smoked, like, there's no point in me even being in the stadium because I got to catch that train before. After game, you know how crazy the human traffic is. So I need to leave, bro. So yeah, if we're playing dry, I would just leave, man. You know what it is? Don't see me as like a mad, crazy on Arsenal fan. Like, I'm just a casual fan. So yeah, man, I ain't trying to stay in there and chill in the traffic, man. Get me out of there.
I have to say, the scoreline when MK Dons fans, when Charlton fans were leaving against MK Dons was only 1-0. So it feels a little bit early. Jez, let's come to you quickly. You've only got 15 seconds, but would you leave early from a game?
I think if the fans are paid to go there, they have the right to leave early if they so desire. The same way if you go to any event or festival or anything, if you've paid to be there, then you're a free man or woman, or you can leave when you want. That's my opinion. It's up to you.
All right.
Yeah,
nice
I don't know, guys.
Nice
Can I say something on this?
Billy, you've not got time, Billy. You've missed your 60. You're not getting involved in this one. You're not getting involved.
I had something to say about that, but I'll let it go.
No, we're moving on. We're moving on to trend number 3, which is about Zinedine Zidane, because he's under increasing pressure after some horrific form for Real Madrid recently. It's seen him win just one of his last 4 games, including a 4-1 battering by Valencia. Then he lost against Shakhtar to leave them on the verge of a Champions League exit. And get this, for the first time in the club's history at group stage. Duncan Alexander also backing up some of my points there. Here he is saying Zinedine Zidane has lost more games than Steve Bruce this season. He's Real Madrid manager as well. Billy, here's your chance to speak. The question I answered is, should Real Madrid sack Zinedine Zidane? 60 seconds on it.
I'm on the fence with this one. I would say a couple of things. Maybe the coronavirus, a lack of support in the stadiums has affected Real Madrid's performances, possibly. I think it helps the fact that Barcelona are below Real Madrid in La Liga. So I think that it's a lot more pressure off Zidane. And I think during this period where fans are not allowed in the stadium, or there's less fans in the stadium now, for instance, I think you need to give managers and teams time. And then once it resumes back to normal, then make a judgment on the team's performance. Because let's face it, at the moment, it's just like a circus. Like, teams are turning over teams. There's no consistency. So I would say give Zidane more time. And when it resumes back to normal with fans in the stadium, if they're still not challenging for the Liga or in the top 2, then maybe reevaluate it from there.
Chunkz, 10 seconds on this one in a word. Should Real Madrid sack Zinedine Zidane?
Yes. Get him out there.
Savage.
Controversial. That one's getting clipped. That one is absolutely getting clipped.
I had something on that one, but we ran out of time.
We ran out of time. We're running out of time
Sorry,
too much today. Let's move on to trend number 4. It's about Neymar, because he revealed after the Manchester United win midweek he is desperate to play with Lionel Messi next season. Here he is. What I want most of all is to play with Messi again, to be able to enjoy him on the pitch once more. I want to play with him next year. We have to do it next season. So he's very keen to play with Leo Messi. And the question I want answered is, will Neymar and Messi be reunited in 2021? Jez, I'm coming to you first on this one.
I want to see it. I love that Neymar's come out and said that. I love seeing them play together. I miss it. I think they work together really well. They complement each other on the pitch. I want to see it. I don't know if we will, but it looks like Neymar is basically sending a message to Messi that let's do this. Let's find a way. Let's make a way. And where there's a will, there usually is a way. So yeah, I know I'm only 30 seconds in. I'll let the others have a word on this one.
Obviously, Messi's contract's up in the summer, Billy. Could you see him joining PSG? Do you think that'd be a good move for him?
Yeah, definitely. I can see it. I think that financially the money will be there for him. Not that it's about the money, but also the team's desire, playing with Neymar, which he loves to do. Everyone knows that. The partnership's great. So yeah, hopefully. I mean, it'd be sad to see him leave Barca, but who knows? The next chapter might be great for him.
All right, great timing. Right on the dip. Let's move on then to trend number 5. This one's about Olivier Giroud, who made more headlines. He scored 4 goals midweek for Chelsea against Sevilla in the Champions League, overtaking R9's Champions League tally in the process. And your good mate, Chunkz, Sharky, was on Twitter, causing a bit of a stir. So can we all agree that Giroud is the most underrated striker of our generation, he said. So I may as well come to you first on this one, Chunkz. The trend is Olivier Giroud the most underrated striker of recent times? 60 seconds on the clock, Chunkz. Let's have it.
Sharky, by the way, is a big fan of Olivier Giroud, so fair enough. I hear what he's saying. But I do like Olivier Giroud a lot. I've liked him at Arsenal. He's France's second top highest goal scorer, I think it is. So just after Henry. So, he doesn't really get the credit he deserves. No one really talks about Giroud enough. He comes in with the clutch goals. That's the thing, though. The most underrated striker of recent times. You're going to have to show me a list, because that's just crazy saying I agree with it. But Giroud, for me, honestly, yeah, clutch. Loved him at Arsenal. Was sad to see him go. And could do with him right now, to be honest. So, yeah, I'm going to say he's probably one of the underrated strikers of recent times.
Jez, you got 15 seconds on this one. Karim Benzema potentially in there as well?
Yeah, I think Benzema's underrated. I think Olivier Giroud, his managers don't underrate him, and that's the key. And Cesc Fabregas come out with a really good caption the other day saying how he works so hard, and that's why he always starts. So his managers rate him, and I suppose that's the main thing.